Welcome to the Driveway Happy Hour, a podcast that celebrates the humor in everyday life. And now, here's Frank and Peter.
Driveway Happy Hour, the humor in everyday life.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 5. I am Frank.
And I'm Peter.
What's up, my brother?
I have hosed myself off, and I've hosed the driveway off, so we need to invite everybody over.
Oh, yeah, it's clean.
Yes. I'm glad I have washed properly. So please come over.
Yay. Well, you know, when you walk around the neighborhood these days, a lot of kids are doing the sidewalk chalk all over the driveway, you know. So maybe it's a good time to clean the slate, you know, go ahead and wash all that away. And start anew with the new week of artwork on the sidewalk. So welcome into the Driveway Happy Hour, and we're going to celebrate some humor that we've had in our everyday lives over the past week. First, we always start each show with "What are we drinking now?" Peter, what you drinking?
All right. Well, I'm bringing in another Charles Shaw.
Another fave.
They call it the $2 Chuck, and you know I learned something about the $2 Chuck. It's not $2 everywhere. Like here in Columbia, it's $3. Right.
Okay.
Some other store might be $2.49, you know. So this is the when the critics review the wine, this is the one they recommend out of the group is the red blend, and then the Shiraz, and then the Chardonnay. So those are the three that I have. But I'm having a Charles Shaw now to go with that, just to get things kicked off.
All right, do it. Let's kick it off.
I like to have me a little shot of espresso. See, I got my starter fluid here.
Oh man, what a cool cup!
That way I have an alert drunk. So thank you very much.
Well, that's no different than the drinks they make with Red Bull and vodka. Kind of a little different.
That's right. Wow.
Same thing. Let me show you what I'm drinking today. It is a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a big red cab. It's Dark Horse, which is probably it's a brand that's in a lot of bars across America right now.
Right.
It's good. It's a good. Hold on, go ahead. I love the sound of that, don't you? Yes.
I had already poured mine. I'm already started.
Well, every time we start doing this podcast, Peter's always like one drink ahead. At least that's what he's admitting. Yes. That's what he admits to. It might be more. Yeah. Well. And also, if you're listening to us on your Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, thank you. Appreciate you subscribing. Also, we're on YouTube now. Just search for Driveway Happy Hour and subscribe on YouTube, and you'll notice Peter's hot new setup. Your background is kicking. Your background. Well, I mean. I think he's got the sunflowers, got a little vintage robot, a real robot behind him, and a plant, and a little sunlight, and some great lighting, and a mic flag. I mean, come on,
man. Come on. We're happening over here. We're much better.
Looks professional.
I'm
kind of from the side. You kind of got a little bit of my fireplace, and it's amazing how you can get the camera above the laundry.
But happy Father's Day to you. You are
yes,
Dad.
Thank you. This is kind of the. Just around Father's Day, this when we're recording this. Cool. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. I'm a dad to 2 girls. One's just graduated this year from college, and the second is into her second year of college. So I'm really proud. You know, they're hardworking members of society. They have not entered the criminal justice system yet in any way, shape, or form.
We haven't had to go do that yet. We haven't had to bail anybody out yet.
Might be some parking tickets from her college in Charleston, but
well,
as far as I know. But it was a great Father's Day. It was actually one of the best I've ever had because, you know, with this quarantine crap, you know, you can't be around your kids as much, you know, if they're in your household, obviously you see them, but if they live somewhere else, one daughter right now lives with her mom, and the other one is married. So the married one has a real nice screen-in porch on the back of her house, and we had dinner out there on Saturday. It was beautiful weather. I had brought over some family picture albums. Remember those things? Remember those? I had some from
Yes. I pulled them all out and was sending pictures to people the other day.
Yeah, so we had those. So it was really fun to hear your kids laugh amongst themselves, you know, and with you too. I mean, it's it really filled up my tank emotionally. I mean, it's been, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're single or with a spouse or, you know, with a family member or by yourself. Like I said, it's still a tough time getting through this Rona stuff. It can be tough sometimes. And so I'm so happy I had a great Father's Day. And it reminded me, I'd taken some pictures over to show of my dad. And I was actually, being the youngest of 9 kids, you know, God bless my dad for hanging on as long as he did. But the youngest of 9 means, you know, my dad was 67 when he passed away. So kind of young, but I was only 25. So my kids never got to meet their granddad on my side. So I showed them a bunch of pictures, and my dad was in the military. You know, he looked great in his uniform and everything. And they saw cute pictures of my mom and them together when they were my age and that kind of stuff. And I was telling them some family stories about, we used to take a family vacation in the summers. And this one year was like a really huge vacation for us because my parents are Puerto Rican, but all of their kids, for the most part, were born in the States after my dad kind of retired here on this side after serving in the Army. So I had never seen Puerto Rico. So we were taking this trip. We were flying out of Miami, right? So we had to drive all the way from Columbia, South Carolina, in a Chevy Impala station wagon, you know, crammed full with kids.
Yes.
You know, luggage, crammed full of this trip has so many stories. I can't tell them all because we'd be here 3 hours, but I'll tell you this one funny story. So, you know, we've been traveling. It's about what, 6-7 hours from Columbia to the Florida state line, something like that.
Yeah, about Jacksonville by then. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, coming down 95, and they have a real big rest area, you know, or welcome center, I should say, coming into Florida. So great place. You know, you got to figure this was a few years ago. So, you know, you took advantage of those welcome centers back in the day. You know, it was like more of a big deal. So we pull over. Everybody needs to use the restroom. So all the kids, you know, scramble, go to the restroom. Mom and dad are walking around the visitor center there. And they have this huge, I think they still have it, in the Welcome to Florida Visitor Center. They have this this big counter, and they have fresh squeezed orange juice, and they give you like a little sample cup as like a Welcome to Florida thing, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, it looks like one of those Orange Julius mixers or whatever. That's just, you know, it's always pre-made. I thought, at least when I was young, I thought it was fresh. You know, maybe it was Tang. I don't know. So, you know, my dad takes a little sip at the cup, you know, and he's like, "Oh, this is really good." He says, "Can I buy another?" Like, "No, I'm sorry, sir. It's one per customer. You know, keep it moving." And he's like, No, really, I'm kidding. How much? Can I just buy one? You know, I'm here. You know, no, they wouldn't. So my dad got in a little argument with the counter person there because they wouldn't give him another sample of that delicious Florida orange juice. So dad kind of, you know, in a huff, walked off and got back in the car. "Come on, kids, we're going. You know, screw Florida. You know? Screw Florida.
We're going back to Georgia."
Yeah. So we all get in the car and we start back down I-95, and all of a sudden we all kind of realize, start looking around at each other, going, "Hey, my sister, who's closest in age to me, she's not in the car. She's 10 years old. She's not in the car.
All right.
We left her at the rest area." So mom and dad figured this out, you know. So they take the next available exit, you know, and spin it back around again. Meanwhile, my sister will tell me later on, she goes, "Yeah, I came out of the bathroom," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're gone." The car is gone. And you can imagine a 10-year-old girl, you know.
And see, no cell phones then. There was
no cell phones, no cell phones. She probably didn't have a dime in her pocket. No. So she came out of the restroom. She's like, "They left me." My gosh. So bless her heart, she had about 10, 15 minutes of horror there, you know, and luckily nothing happened to her. But that trip was amazing in many ways. In fact, we did finally make it to Miami, to the Miami International Airport, to hop a plane. And wouldn't you know it, the Impala battery died right where you drop the people off for the baggage claim and everything. So we had to push the car into the parking garage. And that's when you're happy. You have 8 brothers and sisters.
Yes. It is a family affair.
All the boys had to push the car into the parking garage. So my dad's like, "There's no use in buying a new battery now. We're going to be gone, you know, get it later. So just push it."
When we get back. Remember to save the money.
That trip had so many problems. But anyway, so yes. So Father's Day was nice. Thanks for asking. So if you had a good week, I know I got in an argument with my cat, and yesterday I threw my cat outside on the screened-in porch for 20 minutes. That was the naughty corner for just being too clingy.
Well, I've gotten used to, this happens every now and then. I think in everybody's relationship, I was in trouble.
Especially now, whatever it is, especially now.
I was getting yelled at for something that I have no idea why.
Okay.
You
just happened to be there.
I don't know. I was in trouble for something, and I don't know what it was about. So neither one of us have been to work. Are you missing anything about going to work?
Well, I think what I miss about work is the variety of people that you'd come across in a day. Different. Mm-hmm. I'm in sales, so I meet a bunch of different clients. They have different office staff. You get used to engaging with people at your work, whether they're sales support staff or other departments or whatever. And you end up talking about people. I mean, come on, everybody talks about somebody. Come on now.
That water cooler talk.
Yeah, Susie, over in the news, she whatever. Yeah, you hear about that. Yeah. So you miss. Gosh, I feel bad calling it gossip, but isn't that what it is? I mean, you just miss talking about other people. It makes your problem seem so small now. I know, but it seems like right now, if everybody went back to work tomorrow and nobody could get sick, everybody would just hug each other for 10 seconds.
Just no work is going to get done. Everybody's going to be having fun.
Oh yeah, and they should. I mean, it's a hell of a thing. Hey everybody, let's be together. Separate.
I miss the free food because I worked in a restaurant.
You got free food?
And because you can't really leave. There's no such thing as okay, it's your dinner hour. Go. You can't leave. When you're running the restaurant, so the employer would feed. The people that had to stay there more than 8 hours. So hot wings, baby. I'm missing the hot wings.
Yes. You like the dry rub, right? You don't like them with the sauce on them.
Oh no, I love the hot sauce.
The hot sauce.
Our chef's been with us 20
Saucy
years,
wings.
And the hot sauce has got a little bit of this and a little bit of that on it. I mean, I know the ingredients, but I don't know how he puts it together. That he's got.
I bet it's got a little squirt of honey in it, a couple of Frank's hot sauce shakes in it.
It's Texas Pete, and it does
hot
have
sauce
honey in it. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm missing that now.
Well, in terms of work, though, we just talked about what you miss about work. What don't you miss about?
Oh, that's real.
What don't you miss?
That's real simple. Being the manager. When a show's going on, the servers and all, they're in the back taking care of the customers and the comedians, and that leaves the front where I don't really have anybody that I can dedicate to taking care of things out there. So myself and the host, we try to take care of things. So I end up having to take care of the bathrooms. Now look, I don't know what you ladies do.
In case there's a problem. In other words, you don't know what you're saying is you don't normally clean the restrooms, but you are there in case there's any trouble.
Well, you check on it. I mean,
out of the restroom area.
That's right. We do 2 and 3 shows a night, and
something could happen.
There's activity. There's a lot of going on. Yeah. So, and usually it's just you make sure that
everything's flowing nicely.
That you've got plenty of paper towels and things like that. But I don't know what you ladies do with toilet paper in there. But I know that the guys, we got one thing that we do with that, and that's it. So now you ladies seem to be doing a whole lot more with toilet paper than I know anything about, because I that's just ridiculous, the condition of the restroom.
Well, Peter has told me in the past that he has learned so many things pulling restroom review duty in the ladies section that he never knew. Problems that existed and things that get left around. And
hovering is for real. And people that hover don't always have good aim. Okay.
They have been drinking.
Well, yes.
It is a comedy club, so they are drinking.
Yes.
So that's what you don't miss that, huh? So you don't go to your restroom every now and then at home and just check on it.
Well, listen, let me just put it this way. If I caused that problem, I would do something about it before I left. But apparently some people
You're
are
a good
like, nah, we'll leave it for them.
You're a good man. What I cannot stand, or the things that you used to hate, you talking about things that you don't like at work. On the flip side of things, is I hated when people don't read their emails, and then the boss gets really mad because one person out of 15 didn't do something, and then everybody would have to get in trouble for it because that one person doesn't read their email. Or that one person who doesn't read the email will always, because we worked in Cube Farmville, in cubicles, and they'd always be shouting out questions, is that meeting at 4 or 4:30? I don't know. Freaking read your email, stop asking me, or because I worked in a television station. It's like, is the series finale of The Voice, is it next Tuesday or is that next week? When is it? It's like, I don't know. Read your email.
Check the website once in a while. How about that?
Check the email. I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd get that question from employees like, "Who's here next week?" Well, darn, you know how much time I spent putting out promotions on who's here next week. Don't ask me that question. You're asking the wrong person.
And the other part about that, because I worked in sales, so. The other part of that was having to drive all the way back to the office after having a sales call on the way other side of town, where it would have been just nice to just go home right after the sales call because there was only 25 minutes left in the day. But instead, no, we'd have to go all the way back to the office, show our face, hey, how's it going? And then you'd end up working late. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, well, I'm here. Let me do this. So maybe with the coronavirus stuff, people will work from home more and we'll do less of that, coming back across town, wasted time, really just wasted time. I mean, if you're a professional, let's just put it this way. There's a lot of people who work in a lot of different industries, but if you're a professional that uses a computer and email and, company specific or industry software or whatever, you either have a laptop from work, that they're letting you use, or you're using your own desktop at home or something, so you have figured out how to work from home, whether you intended to do that or not, we're all doing it now. I mean, you can't see it on the podcast, but if you look on the video, you can see I have the snazzy new chair I got. See, look, snazzy new chair. You cannot work at home and use the dining room chair. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Not for all day long. Which it's funny when you go shopping for chairs now. They're rated at 8 hours. You could sit in this chair for 8 hours.
No, you can't sit in any chair for 8 hours. But I think, working from home kind of starts at the top. If the person at the top understands the technology and they can, they'll figure out a way to run things that way.
That is so true.
But if the person at the top doesn't text and they're still faxing,
my God!
Don't expect the company to be too forward thinking into Zoom calls or any of that.
Oh,
that just doesn't happen.
Dropping off that 56 baud modem to your boss. Hey, yeah, they're the ones that going. Hey, man, I'm trying to dial into work right now, but my AOL account doesn't seem to be active.
No, I was about to say I got your free AOL. I got your free Prodigy account here.
Where's that guy who says file's done? Where'd he go?
You have mail.
You have mail. Where's that guy? The exact time or the average time at-home workers start drinking. They've done a study now, and it's really kind of cool.
We've been out of work so long they have time to do a study. Okay.
Hold on. As we talk about this study about drinking from home, let me go ahead.
Would you? Thank you.
Little refill there for you. As more and more people, yes. Now we could talk about drinking at home on the job. Now that we're drinking at home on the job, as more and more people started working from home over the past couple of months, some surprising facts they say have come to bear. Not only are people taking the opportunity to ditch the dress code, which honestly, I have a nice shirt on, and if I stood up, I have on shorts. But But some people are ditching the whole idea of getting dressed altogether, as has been evidenced by a few Zoom calls that you've seen on
network
social media.
television. On network television at that.
See, the struggle is real. But evidently, there's a sizable subset of home-based workers who are performing their job duties with the aid of a beverage other than coffee. So in your case, you have both coffee and
I got my bases covered.
Beverage. Mm-hmm. A new study by alcohol.org, which I didn't even know there was such an organization.
I'm a full member. Thank you.
Yeah, really.
I'm a lifetime.
I work for a major nonprofit. Oh, which one? Alcohol.org. What is your car? Is that even
Would
real?
that be tax deductible? I might need to look into that.
Alcohol.org. But this organization reveals that 1 out of every 3 Americans is more likely to drink on the job while working from home than they'd be working in their actual workplace. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, come on. Who drinks at work openly? Anymore.
Anymore.
Alcohol.org has now followed up with another survey. Oh my God, they've done 2 surveys since we've been out of work. But they've done a survey in all 50 states and determined that the average time of day, everyone is starting to drink. All right. So that's the real story here. Guess somebody better break the news to Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett, who both have famous songs about 5 o'clock somewhere, because the new drinking time for at-home drinkers is.
Careful.
Can you guess? Can you guess?
I have no.
4:36 p.m. is the new time.
4:30. We're moving the time up. All right.
4:36 p.m. somewhere.
Yes. Thank you very little. I had someone at a previous job, when you're talking about whether people drink at work or not, I've never seen really, I've seen people come in and they've had too much to drink at lunch. But at one time, there was a person in the cubicle next to me that was trying to develop a system where they could toke on a joint at their desk.
Oh, I told you this story.
And it would not be
smelled.
Not be smelled.
This is somebody. I think I told you the story, or we know somebody, the same person.
Okay, I was about to say, the person to ask, because I think that person was the cubicle between us.
Yes, it was. Somebody worked for this back in the Yellow Page advertising days. And they had Yellow Page advertising sales reps and stuff, all working in cubicles. And this one person, just for the challenge of it, wanted to see if they could create a device that would allow them to smoke pot at work to where nobody would notice it or smell it. Now, you have to remember, this is back in the day when they allowed cigarette smoke at work. All right. So you had the cover of that. Surely they couldn't do that without that going on. But what they did was, you remember the box that about the size box that a case of cigarettes comes in, a cardboard box,
Yeah.
All right. They take one of those and they put like cat litter and coal and all these different types of filtering materials in, right? And they put a hose. They put a hose in one end, right? And they took the hose and they wrapped it up really good, so it was tight. And they had enough volume in the box so it could accept a lot of smoke, right? So what they would do is they put a cork in the end of the like a garden hose, so they brought this contraption into work. And what they would do is they would light the joint and have a cigarette lit at the same time. They would light the joint and then exhale after sucking in the smoke. They would exhale it into the garden hose at work.
I'm telling you, I moved.
70s were a crazy time.
I'm telling you, I moved. I said I'm going to get in trouble. I'm moving my desk.
Hey, that smells funny over there.
Authorities in Texas called to a family's home when they received an unexpected package containing 32 bags of marijuana.
Oh, they just the son ordered it and they just don't know it.
So if it's yours, please contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office. That's what the
no questions asked. Well, we're going to take another Rona lockdown driveway happy hour refill break, and when we come back, we're going to salute one of our special friends who has gained special status. He's one of the greatest fathers of all time, as a matter of fact. So stay with us. The Driveway Happy Hour returns in a moment.
Driveway Happy Hour.
Welcome back to the Driveway Happy Hour, the podcast.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Well-
Is it just me, or is there something wrong with Ziplocs? I cannot make Ziplocs come together anymore. I don't know.
No, they're
Is
cheap.
it-
That's why you're buying the off-brand ones. Aren't you?
Yes, well, that is true. I do. So there's a quality control issue
Yeah,
with the
there
off
is.
brands.
There sure is. Can you imagine? What do you do for a living? Well, I make Ziploc bags. Is my craft.
Well,
actually,
I thought the real people that own the patent also make the off brand,
Make the rip off the generics.
so they can plus up their numbers, But they don't
Well,
want to
you know,
sell
some-
it under the name brand. That's how I thought that was.
man. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I buy them. I buy the Walmart brand. I bought the Aldi brand. They seem to be okay. I don't know what brand you're buying or where it's from.
Well,
but-
and I'm not talking about the thing that you pull across the top.
You're
Or
talking
you-
about where you
For
press the seal
for you
together.
millennials, that's the only Ziploc you know about. I'm talking about the one where you got to match up the top and the bottom with the thing in the middle,
the-
and it turns green when you get it zipped just right.
Yeah, yeah. That's the press and seal version. It's press and seal. Press and
Right.
seal.
I can't
Yeah.
get it. I cannot.
And I think what they do is they get cheaper and cheaper, and they go, well, we can do 1 million bags for you for $3 cheaper, but they may not press and seal right every time.
There doesn't seem to be but one little press.
One groove,
just
one
one
groove
groove,
works.
one
One
groove
groove,
is all.
one groove works. That's it. Thank you.
And you know what? We need a new vegetable. I'm sorry. Somebody needs to come up with a new vegetable. I am done with broccoli and squash and asparagus and green beans and cauliflower and corn. I'm done. I need a new,
You've
I
had too
need a new
much?
vegetable. No. Well, yeah. I mean, I need a new vegetable. I mean,
You need
I'm
a new
tired of
vegetable.
eating the same one. We need a new vegetable.
You know what you need is like, how about artichoke hearts?
Well,
that
we
mean
got
for you?
that. I don't know. And don't tell me mushrooms are a vegetable. They're not.
They're not. Well,
That's
whatever
a
they
fungus,
are. They're
and they
fungus.
grow in the dark. Okay, and they
They do.
grow on, animal.
We know what they
poop.
grow on. That's right. They do.
Okay, so that's
Well, I
not
mean,
a
I went out-
vegetable.
I took a drive out in the country today because I just got tired of being around the house. So I took a drive. I live in an area where you can get from the city to the farm real quick. And I actually stopped at this produce stand.
Really?
I stopped at a produce stand. I bought
Now,
a cantaloupe. I bought a cantaloupe, man. Like fresh from the country. I don't know. But then again, that cantaloupe might have come from Mexico now that I think about it. But I bought sweet corn. Sweet corn right now is great if you're living in the South.
That time of year, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think what somebody would tell you is you need to buy fruits and vegetables that are in season, and maybe you would find a rock star in there amongst
Well,
them.
you know what? I leave it up to my grocery store to decide which vegetables to stock that are in season. Don't be trying to feed me the stuff that came from the hot
You can
house.
get everything everywhere now, anytime. You can get everything. I mean, think about it.
I was death shopping 2020. Lots of people in the store. About half of them without mask.
Man, God
know,
bless you. I don't understand that either.
I don't get it, but so I'm getting angry looks because I got my mask on. I got gloves on. I still wear some gloves when I go in. I don't.
Congratulations. You should be.
I've
Should be.
I've got a serious mask. It's got the filter in it. I'm not wearing some designer,
Right.
cutesy looking mask. I got the real deal. Okay.
This thing works. It
Right.
works.
So, I'm getting these looks from these people at me like, "Rah," and I'm like, is there something wrong? Maybe is my zipper down? Did I come out of the house without any pants on or something?
That could
Why
happen.
are they angry at me?
For wearing a mask, you mean? For being suited up?
I don't know if that's what's wrong, but I looked down to kind of check to see is everything all right,
Right.
and then I realized this grocery store suddenly they had implemented one-way lane shopping. So, you can only go down this aisle in one direction.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm going down the aisle in the wrong direction.
Troublemaker. Call the police.
Yes.
Call the police.
So,
Security.
I had to
Security.
whip my basket around and go around again. Go around, you big dummy.
Okay.
Go around.
Okay. Now you got it. Now you flying right. Yeah, you're right. So you're right about that. There are a lot of stores that have done that. I was in I showed you earlier on the YouTube podcast or the YouTube channel if you're watching that way. I got a new office chair, right? So I'd gone to my local Staples to shop for the chair because I didn't want to buy without sitting in it first, right? So I went to one office supply store. I won't mention who it was, Office Depot, and they weren't wearing any mask, man. Nobody had a. Well, I don't know how much longer on this planet. They're merging with somebody else now. I think they're merging with Office Max. So, anyways, all that to say that everybody in that store did not have a mask on. Now they did. Thankfully, they had all the little X's where to keep the social distancing at the checkout, and they had the plexiglass panel up. So at the checkout. So I mean, it was all very nice, and everybody was very nice. But it was just really odd that all the employees. Some of the employees were like restocking a computer section, and they were standing there talking to each other like no big deal, no social distancing, no mask, no nothing. All right, now juxtapose that with our hero of the day, our local Staples location, where every employee in that store had a mask on and gloves. Mm-hmm. And when I went to leave, I saw the manager at the front, and I told him, I said, "Hey, look, I really appreciate you guys all wearing masks and gloves." I said, "It's not everybody's doing that." And he said, "Yeah." He says, "Thank you. We think it's important." He said, "But I'll be honest with you. I can't tell you how many times a day people come up to me and they give me a hard time saying it's not that bad. You don't need to wear a mask."
Now, look,
and
it's not about liberty. It's about
data.
It's
it works.
It's just about taking care of each other. Okay, that's all.
True.
That's
right. Yeah.
Help me out.
You never know. You know. Everybody wants to visit their grandparents without having to worry about having something.
Right. That's right.
So, all right. So thanks to all of everybody in the world right now who is wearing the mask and not making a political statement about it, because it's just really not.
Yeah. Until we get a vaccine. Until we get a vaccine, we got to be careful and take care of each other and look out for the ones that are knuckleheads. So,
yes.
Trivia question for you: what famous starlet?
Yes. Okay.
Went on Johnny Carson, brought her cat with her, and offered Johnny the opportunity to pet her pussy.
Oh, I remember that controversy. I thought it was...
What was it? Jane Fonda, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Anne Margaret, Diane Cannon, or Farrah Fawcett Majors?
I thought it was somebody like Diane Cannon because she was always on that show, or Angie Dickinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I remember that story. But I remember the clip, and it said, "Yeah, move the cat" was his line.
I swear I saw the clip myself. None of these people. We've never saw anything.
We did.
There was none of them.
Or maybe it wasn't related to that statement, but he did say, "Yeah, move the cat." I saw it. It was a white cat.
What? Okay. What you saw was a recreation of what people thought by Jane Fonda. She came out there and recreated what people were talking about, but that never actually happened because NBC at the time, they were just using the same videotape over and over, and those archives of the Johnny Carson show does not exist. Now, this is all according to a website called snoops.com, but it is one of the greatest manufactured memories in modern popular culture. And Zsa Zsa and Johnny both denied it ever happened. Now,
I thought I remember seeing the video. I just remember seeing a white cat and him saying, "Yeah, move the cat," and it was like in a blooper reel or something. And it was. So what you're saying, there's some tomfoolery going on here.
We manufacture things sometimes, and it gets in our head, but it never ever happened. So. Now, my cat's name is Catmandu, and he was just here just a few moments ago. I'm going to rename him Dick so that when my friends come over, I have a little fun with that.
That's nice. That's so great.
Look forward to you visiting next time.
So great.
Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
Thank you. What celebrities would you like to have over at your house for dinner, and why? That's the next conversation starter we came up with.
Have you ever thought about that? You know, just if you could have somebody over to your house, you know, who would it be?
Okay, beyond the obvious, Jesus Christ. Beyond the obvious,
we've heard that.
Who would I have over a famous person? Famous person who would just be a great conversationalist. I'm gonna say, man, the king of cool, Frank Sinatra. I'd love to talk to him.
Well, yeah, boy, the stories that could come out of that.
Yeah, I mean, Frank Sinatra. Wow, who would you like to have over?
Betty White. She just turned 98. She was there at the beginning of television entertainment. 80 years in the entertainment business.
So very successful in every decade. She was.
Oh my gosh. She's been in front and behind the camera. She's hilarious on either side. And you know what she credited her long life to?
Laughter.
Pets, hot dogs, and vodka. So I think I'm a perfect match for Betty. I think we will have a great time together. We got all of those here at the house. So
she has been just awesome.
She hosted SNL. What, you know, really?
And I mean, recently, you know, she was in all those Snickers commercials, you know.
Getting tackled by a football player.
As the before picture, you know.
Yeah.
Yourself. You know, hey man, you've been on my ass all night.
Alex Trebek picked her as the dream pick to replace him as the host of Jeopardy.
Betty White,
right.
Oh, well, you know, her husband was Alan Ludden, who hosted Password. That was the love of her life for many years. And it's amazing when you look and see that she was a known quantity in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now up till today. That is an amazing track record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw a documentary the other day on Joan Rivers, and she's of that era a little bit too, little younger, but still just the stories they can tell with the luminaries of the entertainment world that they used to, you know, traffic and be together with and have as friends. And, you know, they talk trash about each other.
Well, what intrigues me about the relationship, and I don't know how I would handle this at the dinner table, but they say that Betty, you know, she liked to, you know, kind of get around Hollywood, so to speak. You know,
really? I didn't hear. I've never heard that.
But you never heard any dirt, you know, on that. But that she was definitely, you know, one that, you know, you might have to do certain things.
Oh my goodness, that's what's kept her young all this time is the variety,
wow,
spice of life, right?
This being the Father's Day driveway happy hour,
yes,
we have to salute
the biggest father of all time,
the prolific father of all time. I don't know anybody,
right,
that can whip this record.
The ultimate father is what you're saying. He's the ultimate father.
Yeah, because I mean, and what do you define the father as? You know,
got some kids.
You got kids. You know, and I know some people that I've got 7, 8, 9 kids or whatever. This guy, this father,
he's prolific.
Has had 800 kids.
Oh man, that is
800.
That is as
and that beats Wilt Chamberlain's record.
Wow. Wow. Sir, as Sir Mix-a-Lot would say, he was strong and down to get the friction on.
Yeah. and the scientists are saying that he is responsible for saving the species. And obviously we're not talking about a human here.
That is strong, man. Can you imagine how much child support he pays? My goodness. So much.
This
So
guy,
much.
this is 100-year-old Galapagos turtle.
Oh, what they refer to as a tortoise or whatever.
Tortoise, turtle, tortoise.
Same
Yeah.
difference. Same difference. Same difference. Wow. 800, you said? Or 8,000?
800 hatchlings.
800.
800.
Man, Father's Day has got to be just burning up his phone line. I mean, come on.
Now, just so we understand what that means, there's only 1,800 of these tortoises in the world, on the planet. He's responsible for 800 of them.
Man, that is laying it down.
You
That is laying it down.
So,
Wow.
I don't,
That's impressive. That's impressive.
So, as a special event here on the Driveway Happy Hour,
Yes.
his name is Diego, and we have him on the phone here.
Do we have Diego?
Diego is here.
Diego. Hello. Are you there, Diego?
This is
Diego.
some way to treat Diego, the legend. You've been pimping me up for the 60s now, so since the 60s, and I save an entire species, and now you just put me out to pasture in this roadside stand going to the beach known as the Galapagos. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
80
wow. Incredible. It's Diego. How are
Eight-
you?
Hey, listen, 80 miles of nothing but volcanic eruptions. This is where you're going to put Diego. Go ahead, stick me where you can't come visit on the weekend. I see how you are.
Oh, no, it's boring where you are. I understand. It's got to be tough.
Hey, listen,
I thought it was supposed to be nice.
They call this the island of Ajabma. No air conditioning, no catering, no ladies in waiting. Who am I going to talk to, huh?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, listen, most of this island has animals that neither of us have ever seen or heard. I don't know whether I'm going to eat them or breed them.
Oh, Diego, that's got to be terrible. But at least you have a lot of people calling and wishing you a happy Father's Day, I'm sure.
Sure. Happy Father's Day to Diego. You call this retirement nothing but nerdy scientists and tourists wanting to get a selfie with the legend that is Diego. You know, they pay $3 so they can.
Diego. $3 a pop, huh? How much did they pay you per pop?
Hey, listen, why I got nothing. Put a smile on my face. Why couldn't I get a spot on Jeffrey Epstein's island, huh? Little St. James. Now that's a place to retire. Then the Royals and the Clintons could come see me, huh?
That's true. At least you'd have some visitors there on the island. But I mean, I'm sure you're a busy guy there. I'm sure you're making new friends on the island since they put you out to pasture, Diego.
Thanks a lot. I gotta go. The blue-footed boobies are stopping by. I am the legend that is known as Diego.
The legend, ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Diego, live from the Galapagos Islands, in retirement now after fathering over 800 little turtles in the world. So
Yes.
Thank you to you, Diego. Wow, Peter, that's impressive.
Kind of angry sounding. Did he? After all that work put in since the 60s.
They just, I mean, really, no air conditioning, no lights, no motor cars, not a single luxury.
Diego.
So our
What a
hats off to
father.
Diego.
Really?
He is the ultimate father with over 800 children. And I don't think he's been cited. I checked just a little while ago in any divorce proceedings. So, I mean, the fact that he was able to get through 800 kids, pays no child support.
And for real, they pay
Yeah.
$3 to go over there and see him. I did not know this for some reason all my life.
They had the picture made, right? With
All my
Diego.
life, I thought the
Diego.
Galapagos Islands was some sort of,
I thought that was for the lizards, whatever they are. The
the
Komodo
man-
dragons.
and national, nobody could go on the island or anything. No, they got towns and restaurants, and he's like a roadside attraction over there. Where the
Poor
tortoises are.
guy.
I didn't know that. Ecuador, man, they're like, hey,
Well,
these
is there a-
Americans
is
want to
there
come
a-
down here. We got to get advantage of that.
Is there a retirement age for turtles? Think about it. I mean, when do they?
Apparently
I mean,
it's 100.
Does the sperm stop swimming? At 100?
Apparently, after 800 kids and 100 years, you get to retire.
You know what? What's so funny about that? You know that those scientists that used to handle him, they froze some of that stuff. They froze it. 100 years of service wasn't enough. They froze it.
I just want to know: is he happy, or is he upset? You know, how are they checking that temperature? Is he walking around going, where's the next one?
Well, I think you can just look at Joe Biden and think Galapagos turtle. I mean, I'm just saying you can just see that you can just see. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We're not supposed to get political.
No politics, no religion. We got. Since you brought politics up, I am going to ask you the question: what's up with Boris Johnson's hair? What's going on there?
Well, that's the guy from England, right?
Yeah, yeah. He
it looks like Gordon Ramsay's hair. It just looks like they put gel in it and then forgot to do something with it.
Is that just kind of? That's a
style? That's kind of. Yeah, because I remember one
head of state style. That's something.
It's not a head of state. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's barely a TV chef.
It's like that's supposed to be like a sexy 20-year-old who's just modeling some Calvin Klein or something. You know.
And the way they do that is they put the gel on their fingers, right, and then they just kind of zhuzh the hair. You know, they just kind of zhuzh it, and it's supposed to look good. But for a head of state, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he just rolled out of bed and really didn't.
Which is probably more closer to the truth. He probably just roll out of bed. But anyway, so it's been a great week for us. We're thankful that you've listened to the Driveway Happy Hour. You can always reach out to us.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we appreciate it. You can reach us on any of the social media platforms that you use, or email us. Let us know what you think. Give us an idea if you want to share a picture of your own Driveway Happy Hour in your neighborhood, or just share it with some friends who you hang out with. Please do, and let us know any questions or comments on the show.
And you can get us on your smart speaker. Just say, hey, play the Driveway Happy Hour podcast.
Alexa, play the Driveway Happy Hour podcast, and it's there. Or you can email us at cheers, that's CHEERS, at drivewayhappyhour.com, and we'll be happy to reply. As always, Peter, thank you so much.
Enjoyed
another great week, another exciting episode. And what do you always like to say, Peter?
Oh, I threw my script away. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I got a quote for you, actually, from Albert Einstein. It says, You never truly understand something until you can explain it to your grandmother. So
that is true. That is true. Okay, so there was this turtle, and he slept with 800 women. Oh, okay. All right. All right, friends, have a great week, and thank you for listening to the Driveway Happy Hour. And until next time, survive, my friends, survive.